Hello everyone, hope you all are doing well. So today we are going to discuss the next answer copy of our Aim for Agriculture series. So as you all know that we are having Aim for Agriculture series in which we are having daily answer writing practice and weekly full tests. So today we are going to discuss the answer copy of day 38. We have already discussed the answer copies till day 37 and we have also discussed the answer copies with full weekly full tests till test 7, and there are 14 weekly full tests. So we will discuss all the copies, and today we are going to discuss the copy of day 38. So let's see what were the questions asked and how the student had approached the answer. And by analyzing these types of answer copies, it can be helpful in your answer writing journey. You can see how to introduce, how to conclude, how to add certain points, how to add examples. So all these things can be very helpful in your answer writing journey. So let's start. So the first question is differentiate between agroforestry and agroastrology. So what is agroforestry? We all know that agroforestry, that is growing trees, forestry trees simultaneously on the same field with agriculture crops. That is agroforestry, agriculture plus forestry, and we all know that. And what is agroastrology? The agroastrology is nothing but the study of grasses. Okay, so we should keep it in mind. So let's see how the student has differentiated between the two. So obviously, agroforestry, that is, it combines forestry and agriculture crops. Agroastrology, it generally focuses on classification of grasses and study of grasses. Components, you can see that in agroforestry there are trees, crops, livestock. Whereas in agroastrology they generally concentrate on grass species. Okay, and though that can be both wild grasses and cultivated grasses. There are various types of good quality grasses which are cultivated for animal feed. Objectives have been mentioned. So I will just discuss the I will just discuss the important points. So if you want to read the answers in detail, you can simply pause the video and read it. Okay, अगर आपको पूरे डिटेल में आंसर्स को पढ़ना है तो आप पॉज करके पढ़ सकते हो. I will just discuss the important points. Objectives have been mentioned. Examples have been mentioned such as LA cropping, silver pasture systems, or you can say agri plus horti systems, in which agroforestry is included with horticulture crops. Yeah. So there are certain kinds of these are systems, and don't confuse with integrated farming system, because integrated farming systems also have these types of systems. Okay, and in agroastrology you will see pasture management, you will see erosion control. So these are some of the examples. Sustainability has been mentioned, scope has been mentioned, scientific disciplines have been mentioned. So very well written answer, and I think you can read this answer because it is easy to write about agroforestry, but for writing about agroastrology sometimes many students do confuse to what to write. So you can see how the student has approached the answer, how the student has finished the answer and well concluded. So you can read this answer. Now let's move to the next question. The next question is write a note on NICRA, that is National Innovation on Climate Resilient Agriculture. So as the name suggests, it focuses on climate resilient agriculture, because we all know that climate is changing so much, and due to that climate change there are huge losses of crop. We are not able to adapt to these changing climates. So through this NICRA we are trying to adapt towards changing climate and going towards climate resilient agriculture, where we can cope up with these climate changes and we can still get a good amount of yield from agriculture. You can see its aims have been mentioned, such as developing climate resilient technology, for example heat tolerant wheat in Karnataka, various drought tolerant species, various water tolerant species, because in many areas the rainfall has exceeded and many areas we have seen that drought has been going. So we have to make crops adapted for different situations. Capacity building is necessary. Demonstration and upscaling of farmers across country, because most of the farmers in our country are either small or marginal farmers. So for them, demonstrating these types of methods to grow in climate problems, so that could be very important. Strengthening climate forecasting, contingency planning, so all these things are well mentioned. Principles have been mentioned of risk mitigation, resource conservation, livelihood diversification. So well written answer. Advantages have been mentioned. Okay, it will increase resilience to climate variability, and it will reduce crop losses. Okay, it will promote sustainable agriculture, it will enhance productivity. So we all know that. Limitations have been mentioned, which is we in especially in rural areas, especially of Jharkhand, Bihar, on the backward areas such as Chhattisgarh, where the farmers are very much backward. So for them, adapting to these types of practices could be difficult. Mainly they are dependent on government support and funds, so it is one challenge. Okay, there is lack of technology to adopt to these things, although we talk about climate forecasting, but still most in the most parts of India our farmers are not knowing about the climate forecasting. So these are the problems. So and these are well written. Now let's move to the next question. Next question is, what is self-incompatibility? Discuss its various mechanism. Also discuss its importance in plant breeding. So what is self-incompatibility? That is inability of the plant with functional pollen to set seeds. Okay. So there is a certain difference between self-incompatibility and male sterility. In male sterility, the plant is not able to produce pollens only. Okay, the pollen is not produced properly. But in self-incompatibility, pollen I is produced. Okay, this is the basic difference which most of the students do not know. Okay, but in self-incompatibility, the plant produces pollen, but these pollens are not able to set seeds or not able to pollinate the crops. Okay, so this is a basic difference. And male sterility, no pollen is produced in significant amounts. And this term was coined by Stout in 1917. Okay, so these are good written, well defined points. I think the self-incompatibility has been well defined. Now, what are the mechanisms of self-incompatibility? Generally, there are two hypotheses related to it. First one is complementary hypothesis. So, as per this hypothesis, self-incompatibility results due to the absence of stimulation of the pistil on pollen growth in the neophyte. So we all know about pollen pistil interaction, and that interaction is kind of absent in this. And if you are not able to understand the concepts, because here we are not we will be not going to give you a complete detail of complementary hypothesis, but these all things have been discussed in my static classes, where in a proper class I have discussed everything about self incompatibility in very detail. So you can refer those videos if you are facing some kind of conceptual clarity. Okay, so that could be very helpful. You can see these types of drawing about the pollen and style substance have been mentioned. So very well written answer, and by illustrating these types of diagrams you enhance your answer and you will be getting better marks. Okay, now second one is the oppositional hypothesis. So this hypothesis states that interaction between alleles leads to the production of inhibitor which inhibits the growth of pollen tube in pistil. So here in oppositional hypothesis you will see that there is the production of inhibitor, and this inhibitor only inhibits the growth of pollen tube in pistil, and which results in lack of pollination. And this inhibitor can act in various ways. This has been mentioned. You can pause and read it. Now, what is the importance of self-incompatibility? It is it ensures fruitfulness. Okay, it is very helpful in hybrid seed production. Okay, because in hybrid seed production it eliminates the need of emasculation, because there are no problems of cross pollination because of self incompatibility. It permits combining of desirable genes in a single genotype from two or more different sources. So these are some of the advantages. In pineapple, commercial clones can be made. Okay, there is no rugging problem in self incompatibility line. So well written answer. Labor cost is less. Okay, so these are very well written answer. So you can pause the video and read these answers if you want to. So very well written answer copy, and I think you understand all the things which the copy covers, and I hope you are able to understand all the things. So if you like it, please press the like button, please do share, and please do subscribe. It takes a lot of hard work to make such videos for you on regular basis पे ऐसे videos को बनाने के लिए काफी hard work लगता है. And it also takes a lot of hard work to bring such courses for you, which is very cheap. As you compare the prices of these answer writing copies courses, it is 10 to 20 times cheaper than any coaching institute. You can just check on any coaching institute, and we are giving you a brief we are giving you a very detailed evaluation Instead, we are having daily, we are not only giving you full test. With 14 full test, you are getting daily answer writing practice. No one covers this. Most of the time we will give 10 to 14 full test and they will charge around 10,000, 15,000. But we are trying our best to bring that such courses for you, so that the problem of affordability reduces and you are able to afford these types of courses and learn a lot. So for all these things, it requires a lot of hard work. So if you like, if you share, if you subscribe, it motivates us to make more such videos for you on regular basis and bring such courses for you. So that is all for today. Have a nice day. Thank you.